Future millionaires, wagwan, welcome back to another video. By popular demand, I'm going to be revealing my investment account. So a lot of people really want to know how much I have invested in each stock. But as you can see, I'm on my way to work right now. So if you want to know more about the stock that I invest in, then you're just going to have to follow me. Yeah man, so we reach our work now. Yeah, it's going to be a long night, New Year's Eve night at work. The face swell up already, but we're just going to do what we gotta do and gotta make that money. I'm gonna talk about the first stock that I have in my portfolio right now. That is NCB. Now, as of the 1st of January 2025, I have total in NCB $10,006.51. Now, NCB is a new entry into my portfolio, and it is something that I am betting big on this year. And my goal for NCB is that I will continue to dollar cost average. So far, I started with $10,000 per month. I may up that to $10,000 twice per month, so maybe just $20,000, because right now we're close to the 52-week low. It's around $50 right now and 82 cents. Oh, actually go up already. I have to act fast. But $50 and 82 cents, and the 52-week low is around $48. Now for my second holding, it's going to be the Signos 10.5 preference share. Now I saw this as a little safe hedge, and it's something that I need to break out of. I need to stop being so conservative with my investments. But I saw it as an easy 10.5% per year, and it's dividends, easy dividends. Now when I made this initial investment in Signos, I invested 250,000 Jamaican dollars, and I had an average price of $100 because I bought it from the IPO, so it was $100 per share. Now, I was getting good dividends, but I realized that there was a pattern. It always kept going up to $105, like go up by 5%, and then people would sell off and it would go down back to $100. So I just used that to basically trade it and get some cap gains while also getting some dividends. So every time it went up to $105, I sold like 50 grand. So right now I have $49,000 invested in Signos, but it has a market value of $52,395 because it is up now by 5%. So I may just sell off this last portion of it and use that money and put it over into NCB. And yeah, if I said something wrong, it's because maybe my mind is a little bit delirious because I'm at work and I'm a little bit tired. But NCB, my smallest holding. My second smallest holding would be Signos. But the third stock in my portfolio is going to be Carreras. Now, if you have been following me for this channel, you know that Carreras was one of my biggest holdings. But however, my investment I was a little bit scared in COVID times, and because the stock price was kind of trending down, I said that I'm going to just at least maintain its value. So I just sold all of my Carreras and invested it into a bond. Carreras is now up by 37%, and I have an average price of $9.52. And when I sold Carreras back then, I had an average price of $6. So you can just imagine how much money or percentage wise I would be up right now. But yeah, starting back to building Carreras slowly because it's one of the good dividend payers on the Jamaica stock market. And I have 6,277 shares in Carreras at an average price of $9.52. Carreras is currently trading at $13.05. Now, the total spend that I have in Carreras is $59,786.55. But because I am up 37% in Carreras, that $59,000 is worth $81,914.85. Now my outlook for Carreras, it's a good dividend payer, and so far the capital gains are doing quite well, but it's not my major focus for this year. I have two major focuses for this year on the stock market. NCB is one of them, and when I get to the fourth stock, you will see why this stock is a main focus for me also. But for now, I have to go back to work because, I am on the clock, and I'm just going to do this in my lunchtime. So I'm going to check in back with you a little more when I get home. Unruly when I feel the love scatter. Jesus Christ, popcorn. So I'm back home right now. Had a very long day and some much needed rest. Let's talk about the fourth biggest holding in my portfolio, standing at 76.55% of my portfolio. It's going to be TJH. Now, this stands for Trans Jamaica Highway, as they rebranded themselves, Trans Jam. And I have around $334,553.04 in Trans Jamaica. That's my total spend. But because I am now up 39.71%, it is now valued at $467,401.30. So that's pretty good if you ask me. I have around 105,034 units in TJH with an average price of $3.19. The stock price is currently at $4.45. Oh, and TJH also pays a dividend, and I think their dividend yield, I don't have to think, let me just look it up right now. So based on the current stock price right now, the dividend yield is 4.26%. Yeah, so if you buy at the stock price right now at $4.35, that is the dividend yield. Well, I'm not finished yet. I have to go over JMMB Moneyline to look at the biggest holdings technically in my portfolio, and they are two bonds. Now, the two biggest holdings in my portfolio are the Mayberry 11% bond and the Mayberry 12% bond. Now, in the Mayberry 11% bond, I have 8,500 units at a market price of 100 Jamaican dollars, which translates to a value of $850,000. So that's what I have in the Mayberry 11% bond. Now, if we go over to the Mayberry 12% bond, I have 4,200 units at $100 at the market price, which translates to 420,000 Jamaican dollars. But that stands at a total of 1,270,000 Jamaican dollars. So that's what I have invested in those bonds. And these are the bonds that give me most of my dividends so far for 2024. Now, one of these bonds will reach maturity in 2025. I have to read back through the document to the prospectus, but I think one of them is supposed to reach maturity in 2025 and one's supposed to be in 2026 or 2027. Now, that is going to leave me with a decision of what should I do with this money when it reaches maturity and I get back that money. Now, I have some plans for that money. They won't necessarily be stock plans per se, but if plans change, then I would have to use them for investments. But for right now, I am going to use them for something that is near and dear to me and something that we need to get crossed off this list in 2026. So I'm going to use that money exactly for that. Now, that's my holdings right there. NCB, Signos, Carreras, Trans Jamaica, and the Mayberry 11% bond and the Mayberry 12% bond. That's how my portfolio stands right now, which brings my portfolio to a value of $2,356,789. Now, that's just equities. I'm not talking about cash, and I'm not talking about my retirement money, and I'm not talking about insurance and any other things that I have. I'm just talking about this equities portfolio right now. Oh, and a quick note, I cut out the dividend season too early. because I received 2 dividends from the Mayberry bonds on the 31st of December. So if I just waited until the 31st, you guys would have seen more dividends added to the list. So this dividend, they paid me, the Mayberry 11%, they paid me $17,726. So $17,726.04. And the second dividend from the 12% bond, they paid me $9,555, which is $27,281.04. So if I should add that to my total for this year of $152,129.73, I have received $179,410.77 in dividends. So almost $200,000, and that is way more than that 50% increase from last year. Dividends are treat me good. So yeah, I just want to end this video by saying nothing I say in my videos are financial advice. This is just me giving a diary, a financial update of how my journey is going towards that label of being a future millionaire. And you guys just seem to love the content, and you just seem to love the education, and you just seem to love the entertainment. So thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for liking the videos. And until next time, please make money, make a lot of it in 2025, and happy investing.